Well, hello, 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 Pisces. How is everybody doing? And happy full moon and lunar eclipse day. Is it really? It's going to be a scattered mess for the next couple 24 hours, 48 hours. So if you're having trouble thinking, if you're having trouble making decisions, just take a couple days off and it'll all clear up in a few days. But this is running a little late for you guys, but what a reading this is going to be for you because we are right on the mark of the full moon. So this is to be for the week of the 1st through the 6th. So you guys are going to get special treatment here, probably through the cards, because these are going to be right on. Now, I'll let you know, though, yesterday I tried to do Scorpios. I was going to do you guys yesterday, and I was going to do you and Cancer yesterday. I'm literally, the full moon sometimes really does havoc with me, and I could not even get a thought in hardly. I'd pull the cards, and it was just very, very scattered for Scorpios. They actually liked it, I guess, but it was really a scattered reading, and that's just the way the moon and the eclipse. The moon's not so much, but the eclipse, because it's coming in into Gemini, it's all about choices and things like that, but it's also creates scattered. Those energies are all scattered. So my thing is, I want to get on the news and see what's going on with the tides. I would like to see what's going on with the tides right now. So yeah, and by the way, there was a very, very big meteor in Japan that was super, super bright like the moon. So you're going to see some really intense energies around the 28th coming. So if you haven't seen the video that I did on the full moon and the eclipse, I would really strongly suggest you watch it if you're having any struggles or issues, or if you just need to know why things are happening, because this was a really good session. So that's a really good, it's a full moon and lunar eclipse. So let's get started for your 1st through the 6th. Oh, by the way, I did post the days, the dailies, and is people are beginning to like them a little bit more, so I'll keep them going through December as long as I keep getting likes on them. Just sort of tells me how many people are sort of really watching and liking the dailies is pretty much it. So just know through the week, the full moon is going to be here for 3 full days. You'll be able to see it 3 full days. So just know that things are going to begin to manifest differently. We have your first oracle out, and that is the number 10 with, excuse me, rock bottom. So things from rock bottom, excuse me, sorry, I've got something going on with my throat today. Rock bottom means that no matter where you are, if you're in a struggle or anything else, there's no place to go but up. But there's also opportunity for growth. There's opportunity now for something new, maybe to put something to bed, or say, hey, I don't want to do this no more. Or not saying I don't want to, because if you're stopping something in the middle of something and that might be your purpose, then you are cutting your purpose or your calling off, which could bring you a lot of rewards. And again, so something is at the bottom for some of you. So maybe you're just, finances are tanked out or job is tanked out. So this is a time for newness. Now, especially with the full moon, we are now going to go towards the new moon, which means to bring in. So when we're going from the new moon to the full moon, we're getting rid of stuff. So now is the time and the energy to bring that newness in. Somebody's having throat issues out there. I didn't have this until I started this reading. So somebody out there is having throat issues, something going on with their throat. Ooh, the other day it was stomach. Somebody was having stomach issues. Anyway, so we're going to be starting something new. And this is the time you do want to start things new. because we have to be diversified with the full moon. And I can't go into it all here, but it's in the full moon lunar eclipse in reading, and I will go into it more later. But around the 20th, there's some big, powerful changes. It's like we're shifting of the ages, we're shifting of the times. The old ways not going to work. Maybe the old things that you used to do, you might want to still do them, but you're going to have to change the way that you do them. For me, I'm in a horse business, and the horse business, brick and mortars didn't work anymore because everybody closed up, because everybody was buying online. So several of the brick and mortar businesses I know closed their doors. So we had to think of new ways, or most of them just quit and went on to something completely different. I turned around and revamped for the internet. So that's what my thing is, because I service, I repair leather things, I do saddles and tack and things like that, but I also sell retail. So I had to be creative. That's what's going on right now for Pisces, is that you're going to have to be really creative in taking something old, revamping it to new, or maybe changing and moving on to something else. And that's the energy that is going to be moving forward, at least for even 2 months. From now through January, for 2 months. So really be mindful. What is it? Because apparently for some of you are at a rock bottom. Now, this is the first card out, or this is the first oracle. So for those of you that have watched me, I used to pull 3 oracles. Maybe I'll go back to that. But this is the oracle for the week of the 1st through the 6th. The second oracle is from the 6th sort of forward to see what's going to be happening. So current energies and possibly future energies, or what might be happening in the next week to get you sort of ready. So we have 17 ghost lands, which is 8. And 8 is about progress. So we do need to look at progress and what we're doing. So these 2 cards actually really go together. So let me read the ghost lands for you, because some people like it to read it. Personally, it's okay, but here we go. So the ghost lands, whenever you set your sights too far ahead, remember I was talking about, I don't know if you caught it last time, is that we have to think in the now, because it's very unstable. It's going to be very unstable, because if you look at everything right now, we're almost like, if you're a woman, we're in a birthing, right? We're actually giving birth. We're at the very center. The head is just beginning to go into the canal to come out. Very painful time, very hard time, very unstable time. You know how contractions go up and down, in and out, how hard they are, that kind of stuff. That's where we're at right now. So whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and the future match up exactly on the enhanced map. That's what this is here, the enhanced map of your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is the place that has no grounding as of yet, which is very true, and you can't live there. Yet you can take measured steps toward a goal or a dream, but these steps are important now. So it is important to have goals and things like that, but it is more important about the steps to get there. And that's what the Ghost Lands is talking about. And something is going on for somebody, because I just got some major goosebumps. Somebody's trying to jump too far ahead. Somebody's trying to skip steps. That it doesn't work that way, and it won't with the universe or the divine. You can't. You got to go through the birth canal. You've got to go through each step to come out and get the rewards on the end. And that pain will be gone after that beautiful reward comes out. It's sort of like we are in a birthing time. Now, why I'm using the birth right now is like a lot of the astrologers are sort of saying that, but it's also too sort of the energies that we are going through right at this time. When you're at rock bottom, what is it? It's extremely painful. What comes from pain? Growth. What comes from pain, or whatever we go through, the challenges, the struggles, or anything like that, what comes from that is the beauty of knowing joy. If we didn't have pain, we wouldn't know joy. If we didn't have pain, people use happiness. I don't like the word happiness because that's external. I'd like to be joy-filled because that's internal. Very different. If you want to learn more about that, there's videos on that on Get Balanced 2020. There might be some on this channel too, but I have 2 channels that I do. So definitely really look at what is it that is your rock bottom. Oh gosh, this was today's. So the 3 of Wands. Again, what did the Ghostland say? The 3 of Wands is all about looking way in the future. I can't make this stuff up. So this is looking into the future. This is thinking about, where do I want to go? What do I want to be? What do I want to do? You know, how am I going to do it? What am I going to do? So that's what this is about. But remember what the Ghostland said. Don't go there so much. Know the steps to get there, but don't focus on the future so much. I'll tell you right now, just of being an empath and intuitive and everything, and I keep telling my daughter, there's something coming big. There is something big coming, or a big change that is just going to rock everybody's world. But the thing is that I don't know when. Usually it's a 3 to 4 month period that when these energies come in, or the divine gives me information, it's usually a 3 to 4 month period that I've been noticing the cycle. But something is big going to happen. Now, whether it's good or bad, it was like when the COVID hit. I was given that information, didn't know what was coming up. But as soon as I heard the word COVID, I saw the whole movie play out, how it was coming to the United States, how it was going to sort of happen and all that kind of stuff. Just like the vaccines. I'm not going to go into that because people have their own opinion about it. I will just tell you, I will not be getting it. That's just me. I will not be getting it. I don't care what I have to do to go around it upside down. Now, I'm a travel agent, and they're talking about making you have it to travel. I'm not getting it. There is going to be a way around it, but I will not get the vaccine. Anyway, let's get going. So we have the Star. Now, the Star is a beautiful card. The Star is about, yeah, and this is where I think this is going, because the Star is about beautiful balance and growing, but it is also about vulnerability and exposing yourself and showing yourself. So maybe somebody out there is thinking of the future like, you know what, I really want to do what I want to do. I want to be the person that I want to be. I am tired of being and struggling because of the way things have been. The old ways are not going to work. So here's the thing. I'll give you a tip for somebody, because this is for somebody. The old ways don't work, and faking it until you make it is not going to work anymore. And being somebody that you're not for somebody else, it is like when you first start dating, you all act all nice and do whatever the other person likes. Oh, I like that too. Oh, and you really don't. That's what I'm talking about. I did that for 50 years. I'm older than 50, but I did that for 50 years. Just so you know, if you have gifts and abilities, you're squashing those growths that the divine wants you to have. But I understand it, because for 50 years, I hid them. And my daughter knew all about them. She's like, wow, how did you know that? What did you do? Well, she knew what was going on. But as a child, I had abilities. But I wanted to fit in because I was sexually abused. I had low self-esteem. I had a lot of problems back then, and I wanted to fit in. But I didn't want to share it, because then they would think I was crazy. I was weird. In fact, they used to call me weird and crazy because I just have that personality. But now you add a ability on top of it, not psychic, but I have abilities pretty close. But the thing is, then somebody thinks I'm crazy. Then I'm not loved, and that's really the wrong way of thinking, the opposite way of thinking of things. But when I did come out, I felt so free. I shared my abilities with majority. I would say there's about 1% I didn't, because of their faith and their beliefs, that there's no need to, because they won't understand the level that I'm at. I still believe everything they do, but I'm at a different level. I can see things that they probably can't see. I can hear things that they can't hear. The divine gives me information and wisdom that I have for whatever reason and purpose. So that's why I'm saying, for whoever this is, stop being somebody you're not and just say, you know what? If they don't like me, they don't like me. If that date doesn't like me, he doesn't like me. Definitely not the person for me. If I act my way that I'm supposed to be and they don't like me, then the divine will bring the right person for you. It's getting that balance for your future. It's getting that, showing that self of you, stripping off everything and being vulnerable, not clothes, that's what I'm talking about, but being vulnerable and showing and exposing really who you are and being confident in whatever the creator created you to be. That's what this card is about. Boy, I've got goosebumps for somebody all over from head to toe. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. This is almost nowhere than up. Yeah. Think you're going to scare me? You're not. So we have a message coming. We do have a message coming. Now that message is more of creativity. It's more of future growth. It's more of future thought, but it's also future articulation of what you want, how you want it, what you like about it. I think somebody is going to be becoming really confident in themselves, and that's going to change your world. I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. It's given to me. But that is going to change your world, and it's going to change it very, very good. But remember, don't think so far out ahead. One day at a time. Boom, boom, boom. One day at a time. Because it's really important that if you miss a step or a divine message or that intuition inside of you, you do not listen to it, you're setting yourself backwards. So really pay attention to what is going on inside of you. Because this is a time, I'm not going to take that many cards, sorry. This is a time for inward thought. Somebody is really stressed out. Who's stressed out? Which Pisces is stressed out? All of them? We all are. But stress is, okay, I'm going to tell you, thank you. So I'm going to tell you something about stress. If you are stressed, which is very much a human nature, it is extremely human nature. You know what? I just didn't even think. Okay, sorry, I might have had the volume up way too loud or too low. Is human nature. However, if you believe in the divine or the universe or, what you call the sacred one, whatever the creator is to you, if you believe in them, then you wouldn't have stress. You would not use the word stress because then you don't have any faith that they'll come through. You don't believe they have the power to change or help you change. If you don't ask, you won't get the help. You have to ask. But the thing is that you have to have faith in the divine. And I could sit here and go hours and hours. And that's why my daughter keeps saying, write a book, Mom, right? And I did, and I just haven't really gotten into it much, more of the paranormal hoo-hoo kind of stuff. But she's just on me to finish this book. But the thing is that you have to have faith. Once you even show mustard seed faith, a little poppy seed faith, if you don't know what a mustard seed is, poppy seeds are on top of muffins, so that's a really tiny seed. Doesn't take much. That's all the divine wants, or the universe. Well, the universe is vibrations and frequencies. They really don't. It's about vibration. That's a whole different thing. But the thing is that you want to have the divine's help, because the divine is the source of everything, of your help, your counseling, and anything. And everything else that is provided is a resource. So you go to the source to get a resource in how to help you grow, heal, get the desires of your life that you want, that kind of a thing. All right, let's see what else is going on. Ooh. Two of Wands. Yay, yay, yay. Two of Wands. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Two of Wands, again, is more about this here. The Two of Wands and the Three of Wands are sort of very similar. Thing about the Two of Wands is, you know, they're thinking about travel. They're thinking way out into the future. So that is a good thing. Now, thank you. So they're saying it's okay to think that way. But we're not promised tomorrow, so it may not even come. So, you know, it's sort of like the fool that stores up everything that they have and hoards it and then decides to retire, and then the divine takes them home and hoard it up for what? It really, but we do have to be mindful because we may live until we're old, but we don't have to be foolish about it. So this is about thinking in the future, maybe traveling. This might be travel. Now, as a travel agent in the day, yes, you do want to think about that because of all the restrictions. Maybe the state isn't opened up, or it doesn't have the same regulations, or maybe the country you want to visit, maybe there's other stipulations. Those kind of things, you do have to plan those things. You have to plan the money. You have to plan what, you know, that, because I do bigger things. I do like African safaris. I do Japan. I do Asia, those kind of things. So there's a little bit more extensive because I've lived in one of those countries, and you have to plan, and having somebody who knows that kind of stuff helps you along the way so that you can not only save money, but you can also be prepared properly and have more fun. So that's what this is about. These two cards are pretty much the same, thinking about the future. However, there is a little bit of difference with one traveling and the other not. Not so much. There's other things too, but that's not in this reading. So, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. Pentacles are about your finances, your career, your career path. Ooh, we've got the Page of Cups. More messages coming. More. Now, the Page of Cups is also about of the mind. So this message is coming. Thank you. Okay, so the message, they just gave it to me, is that, you know what? Stop stressing. And it's really hard to do. But if you release it to the energies or whatever you believe in, I believe in God per se, but if I release that and give that to the energies that can handle it, then I can sleep better at night. And actually, they take care of the problem. It's like sort of going to sleep, and then we wake up and it's all better. Sometimes you can wake up and those energies are actually that way. But you got to realize that there's people that are working behind the scenes to get it done. You know, they're work. It's sort of like my daughter works for Disney, and you know, at night she would say, as soon as everybody's out of the park, it's amazing. It's like everybody just comes out of the walls and they're in the streets and they're doing all the behind the scenes work, and it's amazing what they do. So it's sort of like that. The divine works, the source works while we're resting, sleeping, and release it. Let him do it. All right. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, there is something coming financially. He's bringing something in. He's bringing somebody's going to have a career change here. I would say somewhere around the first of the year. And it's one that you've been thinking about doing. You just haven't made the steps to do it. So somebody is probably going to be making a career change around the first of the year. This is something that you really wanted, your heart's desire, your mind, you've been thinking about it. And it's coming. I think the offer there is coming. Because we've got the Page of Wands, there's some communication coming forward. We've got the Page of Cups, that's about your mind, that's about your thought process and what you've been thinking about. And then we've got Pentacles, an offering of Pentacles, which is about your career and future. And the Three of Pentacles is about learning about something new, something in your career, something, possibly a project. It could be a project. Either you're going to be learning or you're going to be teaching somebody with it. So there's something going on with your career, your work, that either it's going to be changing in January or you're going to be moving up and doing something a little bit higher up. All right. Wow. Pisces. What a reading for the full moon day. I could keep going. I really could. There is a lot of energies in here, but I think a lot of it would be repeated because it's all about now thinking about the future, but not really making it a pipe dream. You've got to take the steps. So make sure that this week when you're thinking about what you want to move forward in, because you're now in the process of moving forward in something new, that you actually think about the steps in the process to get to the end result, whether it be a goal, a dream, a job, a project, something you've wanted to do. I don't see a lot of schooling in here, so I don't know if it has to do with school. I think this is an internal thing. And the reason why I think it's internal is because the full moon is all about internalizing and figuring things out until, and actually developing them. Remember, planting that seed, because now we're getting the information. We're asking the source about, how do I do this? What do I do? How do I go about it? Can you please put the people in front of me that I need to do? Can you please put the information that I need to be able to do it? Can you please put whatever it is in a process? And remember to release whatever is eating on you right now, because there is something eating on a Pisces. I don't know what it is. I think it's really because it's right after the Tower. Somebody is really afraid of this change, terrified of this change. And, I get people on my Facebook doing that to me all the time, saying, I'm just so terrified, because I have an empath. I support empath pages and things like that on Facebook, and I go on there and add information. And people are terrified. The thing is, you're terrified because you're listening to all the distractions. This is typical of right now. You've got to hone out those distractions. Stop listening to the news. Stop listening to social media. Stop, because this is a time for you need to draw inward and think about what it is for your journey, what you want, how to get your peace, how to get your joy back, how to lift your vibrations. And this is what's causing it. So once you stop doing that, then you don't have to stop watching my channel, though. Hopefully I'm inspirational and motivational to some. But I tell it as the divine gives it. Some people say, I even had somebody call me a badass. And I'm like, me? Really? Give me a break. If you only knew me. Anyway, so those kind of things. It's okay to change. Don't fear change. Embrace change. That is the huge difference and how it's going to turn out. Don't fear it. Embrace it. How do you face it? How do you take the baby steps forward to change that energy from a low vibration to a high vibration? That's what it's all about. Changing your low vibration to a high vibration. Huge. You can do it. You can do this. Whoever I'm speaking to, you can do this. You can get through this. You can set your goals. You can take those baby steps, and the rewards are there on the other side of the birthing canal. You can do it. I believe in you. I do believe in you. But you got to go to the source. Don't go to the resources. Go to the source. All right, Pisces, this is your reading for the 1st through the 6th. Again, just keep mindful of now, not so far forward. I got ink on my hands. And I will see you again on the 7th. All right, take care.